Welcome. This is Septum Sen, and this is Kotobuki Jake, and we're here with Septum Sen versus the World. This is a little bit of a companion piece to my later in the week what DVDs and movies are going to be coming out in the next week. I'm hoping to eventually move that on to a different channel. I'm hoping to start one with my wife soon. We've got several things hopefully lined up. Better camera quality, better editing, but for now that's going to stay where it is. This, however, is going to probably stay right here, which is all about anime releases. Now, I'm utilizing RightStuff.com's particular catalog in order to try and track releases. I'll actually put links below. That way we can see what's coming out in the month. So this is all going off of August 1st. So to lead off, we're going to talk about 2 Aniplex releases and 1 Funimation release. And that's all really that I've got on the schedule from Right Stuff for next week. So the first one is the Blue Exorcist movie, I believe, which is going to be released on Blu-ray through Aniplex for about $40, which for Aniplex prices, unfortunately, that's about average. So I don't know much about this series. You've actually read some of the manga, so I'll let you talk a little bit about that series.
All right. Well, and yeah, I'm not much more familiar as far as the anime because it's Aniplex and I don't do a lot of streaming. So, but we're collecting the series, the manga at my library, and I've on the recommendation of some friends of ours, I checked it out and I've been enjoying it quite a bit. I'm up to I think volume 15 in the manga. And basically, it's a series about a bunch of students at True Cross Academy who are what are called X-Wires. They're training to be exorcists, so there's part of the title. And the main character, Ren, is the son of Satan, and he has a blue flame that shows up when he loses control or what have you. And so there's the other part of the title. And his half-brother is one of his instructors. They've got several other people involved. There's some pretty good story arcs kind of bringing everyone into the fold. It's my understanding that the first series, I think, mainly covered the first couple story arcs of the manga, probably, 5 or 6 or maybe 7 volumes. And the movie, I think, is a direct sequel. So I'm actually well beyond the point of the movie story-wise. Who knows if the current season, recent season, or I don't know if it's still ongoing, what Aniplex is going to end up selling that for. Yeah. But at any rate, the movie release that's coming up, I think, is a re-release, and I think it's a little less than the original pricing, which is good. It's probably also not quite as fancy as the original release. Most of they usually come right out of the gate with nice looking sets. Nice looking being the operative phrase for the price there. But yeah, I really want to see the show. I really want to see the movie. I've enjoyed it enough that I would like to get it. Not like another Aniplex title I've been reading, Nisekoi, where I'm enjoying reading Nisekoi, but I would never pay Aniplex prices for that series. Never. But Blue Exorcist, so I'm curious. I'm hoping that, maybe one day they'll do yet another re-release where it's more in line with like Nisa or one of those companies.
Well, they are releasing, they are getting ready to release some of the stuff with that Kyoto storyline you're talking about. But they're releasing it at $30 a volume for the DVD.
Of course they are.
And a volume is sort of like the old school, which is like 5 or 6 episodes. So
I think it's 3 or 4 for them.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I've got some of their stuff in volumes. I've got the Kill la Kill set when they did that on sale. So the next one that they have is Sword Art Online. Now they've already got this out on Blu-ray and in the fancy set, but if you want to pay just $69, you can get it on stripped down DVD, which, that's what they do. They give you these fancy sets, and they charge you an arm and a leg, and they'll give you the stripped down sets with less special features and such for not really great prices, but gives you the ability. Sword Art Online, I'm a little bit more familiar with. It's that whole dot hack type series where you've got a bunch of people in an online RPG, and then something happens, and then they have a threat of not waking up, because if they die in the game, they die in real life, and yada yada yada. Sword Art Online has a huge controversy in the anime following world. I mean, there are people pretty much who either love the series or hate the series, or love to hate the series. And I'm not on any of those.
They could see the series.
Yeah, that would probably be where I'm at. I'd like to
at.
see it. I don't want to pay for it, and I don't have time to stream. As you might notice behind me, that's the stuff I've watched, but I have almost as many, if probably not more, that I have actually not watched and is in my backlog. So, yeah, probably not anytime soon. So what are your thoughts on?
On Sword Art Online, well, again, I mean, I wish I could see it, but yeah, I don't do a lot of streaming, and I don't have the budget to pay premium prices often, and when I do, I prefer to do it for shows that I have actually seen. Like Blue Exorcist, I'm familiar enough with it that there's more of a chance. Wagnaria, I'm familiar enough with it, there's more of a chance. Sword Art Online is highly rated. There are detractors, but in general, it's highly rated. So it's one to see, and it's just, the pricing does not welcome in new fans at all, and I just don't do much streaming because, same thing. Too many things already to watch. Can't really justify sitting in front of a computer, or at least not, for a long period of time. But definitely to watch one of these days.
So the last one, which is still, it depends on the version you get. There's two versions of this. Now, what I didn't realize is that it looks like Fruits Basket is 30 years old. Well, it makes you feel old, doesn't it? Those
Same age as
Red
Red Stuff, apparently.
So, it's... or was it 30 years, or is it 20 years?
No. The anime is not 30 years old.
What about the manga, though? It's one
the
of
manga
these
might be.
But it's a 20 or 30 year... It's one of those anniversaries.
I think the anime came out in 2002.
So
that would be 15 years.
15.
But the manga might be 20.
There's an anniversary set, and it's a 10 or a 20 or a 30. It's one of those. And that's going to be released by Funimation, who've released all the other versions of it so far. I've got one version of it sitting on my shelf that I'm proud of. It's actually not quite visible.
I think that was originally a Guinean.
I don't know who.
I know it was a Funimation pickup. The original
Funimation
release was that was not. They were not the original release, but.
Let's see here.
But
I got it up there.
Fruits Basket's another one where the people making the anime stopped short of the goal, and that's like, it baffles me. It utterly baffles me that the show has never had a sequel, because there's so many people who love the manga, and there's so many people who love the show.
Yeah.
That it's just so strange that they never rebooted it or made a sequel. But the first series stops way before the end of the story. So, but it's a good series. It's reasonably self-contained. It's just,
And Funimation usually makes their sets affordable. I think it's like the $30 to $40 range, more in the $40 range right now. And then, of course, there's like the $60 range for the special edition. And, it looks nice. I mean, it's a pretty edition. I mean, I've got a special edition up on my shelf. I'm not going to go out and, say, okay, it's up to Blu-ray now. I'm going to go upgrade.
It's not really a Blu-ray series.
But for those of you who don't have the series, this is your opportunity. These types of special editions are probably harder to get on the DVD, at least cheaply, so you could probably get one at a semi-affordable price now. It is a great series, excellent series. Probably one of my favorites. The manga is also really good, though the art style makes it confusing at times to tell who's talking.
And it also spawned some wonderful AMVs of people who had too much time on their hands and enjoyed SNL Celebrity Jeopardy.
But I don't want to talk too much about that series itself, other than just how good it is because of how good it is. I don't want to spoil it for those people who actually have not seen it yet. But if you have a little bit of extra money to spend, definitely get a hold of this, get a hold of the manga, take a look at it. It is well worth the enjoyment. But otherwise, that's pretty much it. It's been it's kind of a slower week, the first, but the next week is supposed to be picking up. And I do have my list, so I'm going to actually be forwarding the list over, and we're going to be prepped and ready for the next one. So I will see you all next week. And I guess that's it. Any last words before we go off?
No, I think you got it.
All right.
I don't know.
And it will